This is the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
You're inside Jamaica Magazine.
Encouraging the information flow, sharing the news and views you need to know.
We are building an informed Jamaica every day.
Listening to what you say.
It is Tuesday, December 29. The holiday spirit is still high. Hello, and thanks so much for opening the covers of today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Alison Watson. Coming up, Transport Minister Mike Henry speaks on measures to reduce traffic crashes and get the facts on road safety. But first, in today's news, American Airlines flight wreckage removal complete. Increased vigilance urged as the country's 7th H1N1 related death is recorded, and NWC resumes water restrictions. Do stay with us. The news in detail after this break.
Felices Fiestas,
Ecuador,
Bon vacances,
or
Happy Holidays. I'm sure you're grateful for the time to let your hair down and do something that you enjoy.
Like visit the beautiful beaches of our island, or just eat some nice food like rice and peas and potato salad.
Alright, foodie. But most of all, you should be grateful for the time you have to spend with your family and friends.
Yeah, show them love, show them kindness, and make them know you appreciate them.
You don't need money to do this. Your very presence will say it all.
I agree. Reminisce on past achievements.
Think about the good times and what you can do to make the bad times better.
Remember when we used to sit in the living room and watch the black and white TV and tell dopey stories?
Remember when we used to teeth out Mama nice spoon and share to the little brother and sister?
Or for the younger ones, remember when we used to watch Dragon Ball Z and play video games all night long?
I bet you still do it, right?
For some, though, it's a time for religious reflections.
Whatever you do during this holiday period, make sure it is safe.
Make sure it's productive.
But most of all, make sure you have a plenitude of fun. You know, enough fun.
Happy Holidays, Jamaica, from the Jamaica Information Service.
There's no winter time, there's just sweet sunshine at Christmas Jamaican style.
And now the news. Aviation authorities have now removed all the wreckage of the American Airlines plane which overshot the runway at the Norman Manley International Airport last week. The aircraft had ended up on the beach across the road from the airport. Crews started the delicate job of clearing the site on Saturday and wrapped up the operation early this morning. Director General of the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority, Lieutenant Colonel Oscar Darby, says investigators will now expand the fact-finding phase of the probe.
After we finish with all of that, then we go to the analysis phase, and we will see a picture starting to emerge in the analysis phase.
The JCAA is leading the investigations into the incident. The authority is being assisted by a 6-member team from the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board. Lieutenant Colonel Darby says because there was no post-landing fire or fatalities, investigators will have more information to work with in determining what caused the incident. In the meantime, the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, will now be working to minimize the impact on the marine environment from any oil spill from the aircraft. The American Airlines flight was carrying 148 persons, plus a crew of 6 at the time of the incident. Most passengers suffered injuries, but there were no fatalities. Jamaica has recorded its 7th death related to the influenza A H1N1 virus. The Ministry of Health says the patient was within the high-risk group and developed complications. This latest death has prompted the ministry to repeat its urging for persons within the high-risk group to take steps to protect their health and well-being. This group includes pregnant women, children under the age of 5, and persons with chronic medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, asthma, and heart disease. Anyone falling within this group should seek immediate medical attention if they develop flu-like symptoms. The public is advised to avoid persons with flu-like symptoms. Other guides to follow include frequent hand washing with soap or the use of an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. It is also important to cover your nose and mouth when sneezing or coughing to help prevent the spread of the virus. For more information, call the Ministry of Health toll-free line at 1-888-1-LOVE. That number is 1-888-663-5683. You can also contact your parish health department. Water restrictions, which were relaxed over the Christmas weekend, are now back in effect. Recently, sections of the island have experienced significant bouts of rainfall, but the National Water Commission says this was not enough to end the prolonged period of drought. NWC's Corporate Public Relations Manager, Charles Buchanan, says the underlying problems which made the restrictions necessary are still affecting the island. Among other things, the island's 2 major reservoirs continue to experience below normal inflows. The Mona Reservoir is currently below 50%, while the Hermitage Dam has only about 60% of its storage level. The Legal Aid Council will be offering free legal advice to the public early in the new year. The council will be hosting a legal fair on January 23. Legal Aid Saturday, as the event is being tagged, will be held at the Ranny Williams Entertainment Center in Kingston. It is intended to help persons who may find it difficult to afford the full cost of legal consultation. Attorneys who are interested are being asked to register early for participation at the event. The new Custos Rotulatorum for Kingston is Stedman Fuller, the Chief Executive Officer of Kingston Bookshop. Mr. Fuller was appointed by Governor-General His Excellency the Most Honourable Sir Patrick Allen. His appointment comes into effect on January 1. He succeeds the Reverend Canon Weevil Gordon, who retires on December 31. As Custos, Mr. Fuller will be the representative of the Governor-General in Kingston. He is the Chief Magistrate of the parish. That role includes being responsible for ensuring that there are sufficient justices of the peace to serve in the Petty Sessions Court and communities throughout Kingston. A date for the swearing-in ceremony will be announced later. And those were the stories making the news today. For more information, please visit our website at www.jis.gov.jm. Stay with us. Jamaica Magazine continues.
Did you know that the influenza A H1N1 virus spreads just like the seasonal flu? The flu virus spreads mainly from person to person through coughing or sneezing. You may even become infected by touching things that the flu virus is on and then touching your mouth or your nose. So, to avoid contracting the influenza A H1N1 virus, try not to touch surfaces that may be contaminated and keep away from persons who have flu symptoms. A message from the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Thanks for staying with us. So far this year, the health sector has spent over $1.7 billion to treat persons injured in traffic crashes. Up next, Transport and Works Minister Mike Henry talks about measures coming in the new year to reduce traffic crashes across the island.
Since the start of the year, we've lost over 300 persons as a result of traffic collisions. This is a horrendous loss of human capital, and I'd like to use this opportunity to express my sincere condolences to every Jamaican family that lost someone due to traffic collisions since the start of the year. I know your pain and grief and would like to encourage you all to join us in helping to prevent similar devastation and grief to other families. However, while not all crashes are fatal, there are countless other reasons for persons to take a more proactive approach to road safety. The reality of the world is that we are living in very strenuous and difficult economic times, and even a minor fender bender can effectively wipe away an entire month's budget. Hence, the onus is on all of us as road users to ensure that we are alert, patient, and responsible whenever we use the roads. Additionally, I'm extremely concerned about the involvement of our males in